To go into Freedom by Design, your book, you talk about the machine mindset versus the ecosystem approach framework. I thought this was quite interesting because naturally, the default, at least for my small business, is let's create systems so we can get anybody out there to come in here, sit in that role and do it. No emphasis on the human element. Explain the machine mindset versus that ecosystem approach.
Sure. So the notion of a well-oiled machine came from the early 20th century when products were proliferating, the assembly lines were coming in, that whole thing. Before that, in the 19th century, basically management was very different than it was. We think that our notion of management has always been around. It's not. It used to be that management was learned from the master. Apprenticeship was the model that most people were running with there. Whether you were a doctor, whether you were a blacksmith, whether you were an architect, an engineer, it was all done by apprenticeship. And then what happened though is if you've got a veteran and a novice, and you had 20 different veterans, each with their 2 or 3 novices, and each of the novices are learning 5 or 6 things. In the spirit of the veteran, what happens is you get a lumpy assembly line. So it just didn't work. So what they did was they went to more of a command and control style where instead of having one person learning 6 things, you had 6 people each doing one thing on an assembly line. And their job was doing that. The employees hated it.